The first thing I did is I took a piece of 600 denier nylon and I rounded the edges off to make it easier to stuff in the hole. You want to use a piece of material of some sort as a backing material for a hole like this. Once you've got the patch behind the vinyl, make sure there are no ripples or edges or anything weird back there. The next thing you want to do is clean it up really well with isopropyl alcohol. Pay special attention to the very edges of the vinyl where you're going to put the VLP. At this point, I trimmed out any of the little fuzzies that were sticking up from the vinyl backing material. Be really careful not to cut the vinyl. Now I put some VLP onto the patch behind the seat vinyl, not the tear though. Right now I just want to stick the vinyl to the patch and give it a nice secure backing. Just make sure that you get the very edges stuck down really well. I waited about 30 minutes for the VLP to set up. I put a little piece of duct tape on the tear to act as a handle, and it'll also act as a clamp once I get the VLP on the edge. To avoid making a big goopy mess, I used a toothpick to apply the VLP to the edges. Using my little duct tape handle, I'm able to kind of steer the tear in the direction that I want it to go. Because this vinyl is stretched on the seat still, it puts up a little bit of a fight. It doesn't really want to go together. And this is why I decided to do this tear repair in 3 different parts. Again, you want to use the duct tape to steer the repair in the direction you need it to go. You want to make sure those edges are stuck down to each other really well. Once the VLP sets up about 30 minutes later, you can remove the duct tape and move on. When you pull the duct tape off, make sure you go in the direction of the tear. You don't want to go against it because you can possibly rip it up again. Moving on to the next section of the repair is just done the same way as the first, paying special attention to get the VLP on the edges of the vinyl, not just the backing. Again, use your little duct tape handle to steer the vinyl in the direction you need it to go. I found the edge of the repair so far and put a little piece of duct tape there just as support for the next section. I didn't want to risk pulling the repair apart while trying to yank over that big gap. Just do the same thing you've been doing so far with the duct tape. You want to use it as a handle to pull across that big gap. Again, making sure that the edges are secured really well. This is pretty much how the repair is going to look. I used a little more VLP around the edges to make sure that nothing could catch them. I also wanted to make sure no water could sneak in there. So it seemed like filling that gap with the VLP would help prevent all of those things. So this is the finished repair. It's not the most beautiful thing in the world, but it's strong, and it's way better than having a hole in your seat. This seat was so waterlogged when I started this project, it was leaking all over the place. I had no idea all that water was in there. And here's the final strength test. I am giving it all I've got to try to tear this repair apart, and it's not going anywhere. I am confident this is going to last for quite a while.